Good morning, everybody. Hope your Friday is going well. Hope you had a great Christmas. As we are heading into the holiday weekend after Christmas, we are looking at a new First Alert 6 weather day. That's for Sunday, where we have a front that comes through that brings the combination of snow and wind that could impact travel for people. We'll also have dropping temperatures through the course of the day as well. So we're going to walk through all those details and, of course, give you the details as we're approaching Sunday, what to expect as well. So let's go ahead and get into what it's looking like. You can see right now a lot of sunshine out there. We've cleared away the fog for the most part. Looking pretty good, and we're on the way to a really nice afternoon. We are sitting in the 30s right now, 38 degrees where we're at, north wind, 8 miles per hour. We continue through the rest of the day. We'll continue to step those temps up. And as we get toward the afternoon, end up in the 50s. A lot of sunshine, lots to like about today. Not going to spend a ton of time on today or really tomorrow either, because tomorrow also looks pretty good. We'll be up into the mid to upper 50s. A little more cloud cover tomorrow, more of a steady breeze out of the south. But overall, more mild weather, more to enjoy as far as that goes. Lots to like there as well. You notice that 20%, that's for sprinkles that come late in the evening into the overnight. We may still have a couple of those early Sunday, but Sunday's First Alert 6 weather day is about that combination of the snow, the falling temps, and the wind gusts that we're going to see. So here's what to expect. Move myself back out of the way here. There we go. Light snow looks like it starts right around sunrise, but 7, 8 a.m. time frame is when we see that start to pick up. We'll have that into the early afternoon. Temperatures that are going to be dropping alongside that, wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. And when you are looking at the holiday weekend right after Christmas, you're going to have a lot of people who are traveling. And we're going to be talking about some slick spots that could get created with that snow on the roads, in addition to that snow getting blown around as it falls with those wind gusts. So that's the concern, the reason for that First Alert 6 weather day. Let's show you how it plays out here. So as we get into the overnight, this is what I'm talking about with some of that kind of drizzle to sprinkle activity that we could have overnight into the morning. And then as we get that front to come through, that's where we're really going to rush in the cold air. And we're also going to be kind of developing some more precip over the top of us. So as that happens, we'll quickly change to all snow. There you can see that taking place here right about 7, 8 o'clock. And we push that through as the morning goes on, especially to the north of the metro, but right through the heart of the metro, too. We're going to be looking at that also taking place through the late morning. Should be wrapping up any falling snow early in the afternoon for the metro, and then that pushes completely out of the area as we get toward about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, leaving our Iowa counties behind. So how much snow falls? Well, it's not a lot. It's up to an inch in the metro. And a little further to the north, where you get that starting up a little bit sooner, looks like 1 to 2 inches is where we end up. However, these are the kind of snows that can be a problem because people let their guard down, especially with how many people are going to be on the roads. This is where some concern comes in, is the fact that you've got one of these snows that a lot of people kind of take for granted when they're traveling. A lot of people on the roads, and as that's falling, we're picking the wind up. We're going to go from not a lot of wind to gusts up to about 40 miles per hour in just a matter of a couple of hours as that front rushes through. So you can see about 7 a.m. we're already picking those winds up. We still have those firmly in place as the snow is falling. That knocks the visibility down as well with that combination of the snow falling and those wind gusts. So you get into those open areas on the interstate, that's where we could really run into some problems on Sunday. Into the afternoon, we're still getting those wind gusts up around 40 miles per hour. Sunday evening, talking more 35 for the ceiling for the wind gusts, and still getting some gusts that are up around 35 miles per hour into Monday morning. It's not until we get to the afternoon where we see much improvement at all. That's still some 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts for Monday afternoon. So there's that aspect. Temperature-wise, we start off in the mid-30s on Sunday, and those will drop off into the 20s as we get to the afternoon. Now, as we pick up the wind, here's what our wind chills end up doing. So those will start off upper 30s, and then look at how quick things drop off as those winds really kick in, pulling in that colder air. By the time we get to the afternoon, we're talking some single digits for our wind chills. We get to Monday morning, we're below 0 with what it feels like. And as we get into Monday afternoon, we're barely getting above 0 for what it feels like. Temperatures will peak in the 20s on Monday. So it is that combination of all these things that is the concern. You have those kind of cold conditions. Certainly you don't want to be out and about. You get stuck with some issues for Sunday afternoon travelers. You've got the snow, you've got the wind, the visibility concerns. So these are all things we're going to be watching as we get close to that first alert 6 weather day there for Sunday. So again, very nice today, mostly sunny, mid 50s, pretty good for tomorrow too, into the upper 50s. And then it's once we get to Sunday where things really kind of fall apart on us with the snow, the wind, and the dropping temps. This is really just kind of ramped up in the last 24 hours. We've been first alerting you to this front that would come through and drop off our temperatures on Sunday, but it's really been within the last 24 hours that it's become more apparent that there's enough moisture to get some issues with travel. And that's why we have the first alert 6 weather day now versus over the last couple of days. 24 for Monday. Quick recovery, we're up to 45 for Tuesday. Looking pretty good for that New Year's time frame. New Year's Eve, 40 for the high, 31 for the high on Thursday. Real quick, we'll come back to this 10-day. I do want to show you, I think I have the graphic around here. I have the New Year's Eve evening forecast. I will have that in just a moment for you. Here we go. So as we get into the evening on New Year's Eve, we're dropping through the 30s, and by the time we get close to midnight, we're into the upper 20s. Not much wind, clearing sky, should be pretty incident-free the way things are looking right now. Just your typical end-of-the-year cold that you would be expecting. So shouldn't be anything that gets in the way of any celebrations as far as the weather is concerned. All right, let's go back to that 10-day forecast. And I could show you what things are looking like as we start off the first few days of 2026. Oop, hold up. Okay, here we go. So here's that 10-day. A little colder on New Year's Day, 31 degrees. Still pretty solid, though, as we head into the end of the week. Watch this Saturday time frame. Once again, looks like we could have a system that brings some issues on the weekend. This would be the first weekend of 2026. And maybe looking at possibility of some wintry precip with that one as well. So we'll be watching that one closely there for next Saturday. Otherwise, a lot of the attention on this Sunday with that first alert 6 weather day and that combination of the snow, the wind, and the dropping temperatures. I'm going to be live here on First Alert 6 here at the top of the 11 o'clock hour talking about what more you need to know about this. We'll be walking through all the details there, and we'll continue to keep it posted as we go through the rest of the day and as we get closer to Sunday with the system making its way in. So enjoy the sunshine that we get back today. That's going to be a nice welcome change, and I hope you have a great rest of your Friday.